Welcome everyone, this is the 17th episode of my Dragon Age Origins Hardcore 100% playthrough. In this episode we will finally finish the Urn of Sacred Ashes main quest. There are only two places left for us to explore, the caverns and the gauntlet, and we're gonna do both of them in this one long episode. So let's not waste any more time and let's get back to the temple.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, let's buff up here then.
I'll do it.
On it.
As you wish.
So let's just use my favorite consumable in the game, Swift Solve. Honestly, I don't think I would still play this game if either Swift Solve or Haste would be unavailable. In my opinion, running and attacking faster is the ultimate way to increase the replayability, at least gameplay-wise, of course. So here we are in the caverns. The 369 XP that you see are from Ashwraiths who are supposed to attack us here. However, because of a strange glitch, instead of appearing, they instantly get killed as we enter the area.
Push them back!
And stay down.
Yes.
Okay, it seems like we leveled up. So we will place 3 points on Dexterity. We will pick up Master Coercion. And finally we can get Master Ranger. This will not only improve the damage and health of our pets, but from now on we can also set up their tactics. So for the wolf, Overwhelm is gonna be our #1 ability against any enemy who's elite or higher. I will also set him up to use Shred and Growl on the nearest visible enemy. And when he gets attacked by melee weapons, he's gonna use Dreadhowl to stun everybody in the area. And finally, I want him to act as a guard dog, so I will make sure that he uses Charge on any enemy who's attacking Morrigan. So once we pass through that doorway, we're gonna aggro 2 mages. Naturally, we're gonna use stealth to sneak up on one of them, and then sick the party on the other one.
Make a preserver. In the
Okay, so he managed to freeze Alistair and put a misdirection hex on Laliana. I mean, these mages know exactly what to do to piss you off. Lots of warriors in this next section, so I will just let Alistair get their attention and use stealth to get behind them.
Here I am. It's your time.
The Dragonlings. Yeah, these guys are not really dangerous on their own, but in groups they can be. Their little flame breath doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, but if they surround someone like Morrigan and they start spamming it, things can get out of hand pretty quickly.
I got it. Trap right ahead.
We are getting close to the first Great Hall in the caverns, so I pause my team and approach in stealth. There are two mages here and way too many enemies, so my priority is to take down the first mage before we ever aggro the other one.
That won't stop me. Poorly as you smell. Try not to be incompetent.
You have to watch for the Dragonlings here, they're just gonna spawn in out of nowhere, so you have to make sure that you pay attention to your ranged party members.
On my way. Yes, of course. Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
So here we are at the second Great Hall in the caverns. I would say this one is even more dangerous than the last one because we have two mages here, but they are very close to each other. So I decided to go for stealth bombing since we have plenty of bombs anyway, and we can take down the whole group with just a couple of them.
Going.
So in this passageway there is a mage who loves to chuck fireballs at you as long as you're clustered with your team. And there are also two assassins who have not yet revealed themselves. They will try to ambush you once you aggro the mage. So once again, we approach in stealth, take down the mage, and then take care of the assassins.
Yes.
At the top of the stairs, there's a big room with a mage inside, so once again, we approach in stealth, kill the mage, and mop up the rest. I'm leaving my team behind because they would just trigger the traps around the door.
Trap right ahead. I shall. Going.
So now we are approaching the leader of the cult, Kolgrim, who I will not fight here in the caverns. Later I will explain why.
Stop! You will go no further! The righteous do not fear death. You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more! You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here? I am Father Kolgrim, leader and guide to the disciples of Andraste. Kill us, and you will face Andraste. She will smell our blood, and the blood of her children on you, and her wrath will be great. The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have? They are still within this temple, but why do we need ashes when we serve the risen Andraste in all her glory? What are they but the remains of a mortal woman? They have nothing compared to the power we draw from the living Andraste. So you are after the ashes? Perhaps there is a way for you to make up for your desecration of our home and temple. Ah, and now we see again the arrogance which so plagues humanity. It is this arrogance that killed the mortal Andraste.
It will not hurt to listen to what he has to say. I, for one, do not look forward to fighting my way through more of these people. Come, be reasonable.
The ashes you seek reside atop this mountain, watched by an immortal guardian who refuses to accept the truth of the risen lady. Now the ashes prevent Holy Andraste from fully realizing her new form. They are a remnant of her past incarnation, and she cannot move on as long as they exist. I speak not of destruction. The beloved needs to reclaim the ashes, to make them her own again. All it would take is a drop of her blood. Blood carries power, strength, knowledge. Through it, all the power that is held in the ashes will be returned to Our Lady. The Guardian has foiled all our attempts to reach the urn. He keeps what power remains from the true Andraste. He knows the disciples, and we cannot touch him, for he draws his strength from the ashes themselves. But you could deliver Our Lady what is rightfully hers.
I could just imagine the Grand Cleric if she were here. Her head would explode, I kid you not.
What is this talk of blood and power? And he thinks Andraste is reborn. It is preposterous. I do not like this.
The rewards for performing such a service would be great indeed. You will gain the right to the power of the dragon, the power of risen Andraste herself. The task is simple. I give you a vial of the holy Andraste's blood, and you empty the vial into the ashes. Whatever magic was held in the ashes will be undone, and our great lady will be freed from the shackles of her past life!
I don't know if I like the idea of us helping this Kolgrim.
Once that is done, you will have earned your place as our honored sister. The rewards will be great. You will share in Andraste's power, and be blessed as one of her own. It is A great power contained in blood. Through Andraste's guidance, we have learned to harness it. It can be yours, in exchange for a trivial task. A vial of blood emptied into the urn. That is all I ask. By the chantry that was established by those that murdered the first Andraste, why should you care what they forbid?
How can you say that? The chantry offers guidance to so many.
Your chantry does not know the Maker better than any other man, woman, or child. It only pretends to. Take this. The blood of the dragon. You know what you must do.
If we succeed, Kolgrim and his fellows will be indebted to you. That puts you in a very advantageous position.
Ooh, bad idea. Remember the last time you had to drink blood? Only worse. I'm just going to assume you have something amazing and tricky up your sleeve.
Also know that the ashes have healing properties. It may be prudent to save some for yourself before completing your task. Now, I shall beseech the Holy Andraste to let you pass safely into the inner sanctum.
I love it when my whole party actively engages in the conversation. So now let's just take a look at this supposedly risen Andraste.
A high dragon is not a joke. We'd best be careful. Real careful.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that, Alistair. We're gonna stay far away from that dragon until we are actually ready to fight it.
I'll do it.
Alistair just leveled up, so I will put 3 points on his constitution. I will pick up the survival skill for a little bit of nature resistance, and I will also pick up shield expertise. So with this passive, as long as Alistair has shield wall on, he will be completely immune to any types of knockdown effects. This passive is actually the main reason why I picked shield wall as his main defensive, sustainable ability, because I can stand it when my tank gets knocked down all the time.
I pray you, stay your wrath. I bring before you your champion, who will fall upon your enemies as a cleansing flame, paving the way for your glory. Beloved Andraste, O holy Andraste, we praise your name. Spoken to the beloved Andraste. She will let you pass. Succeed in your task, and you will share in her glory. We await your triumphant return. Go, show yourself to be Andraste's true champion.
The champion of a big lizard is not exactly a title I yearn for. even though it does unlock the Reaver specialization, but since we already have it, Kolgrim will just get what he deserves.
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim. Yes, I am the Guardian of the Ashes. I have waited years for this. You are the first to arrive in a very long time. It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea. Ah, is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end. Kolgrim knows not of what he speaks. His heart is laced with poison, and he has led many astray. When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise. No, our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power. You already know that the urn contains the remains of the prophet Andraste. What else is there to tell? You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not... Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. Tamlin was one of your tribe, a blood brother. You left him in the ruins, left him to his fate. Tell me, Pilgrim, did you fail Tamlin? Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
You are too hard on yourself. No one's perfect.
Is there any religion that does not thrive upon guilt, like a glutton at his lunch? No, I thought not.
You could not have known what would happen. You did what you thought was best.
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved, and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais, you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
And you, Morrigan, Flemeth's daughter, what?
Begone, spirit. I will not play your games.
I will respect your wishes. The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
With the Guardian, as long as you don't reject the answer, you will get the little gift from the character who shows up from your origin story. So basically just don't be like Morrigan.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak? A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
So the first one is Andraste's mother, she needs the answer dreams, and the next one is Andraste's friend, who needs the answer a tune.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak? Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
The next one is vengeance, but I don't know also works.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak? Yes, my husband Hysarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
This next one is Shartan, and he's waiting for the answer home.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak? It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
The next one is Andraste's husband. The word is jealousy, but I don't know also works.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak? Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamori, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
The answer for the next riddle is clouds.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak? Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
The next one is the last place where I don't know still works, but the answer is hunger.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak? Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
The last one is Archon Hessarian, and he's looking for the word mercy.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak? Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
It's so cold here, sister. Do you feel it? The chill eats at my bones. You think, this cannot be Tamlin. Tamlin is gone. He is only footsteps in the dust. I am Tamlin, and yet I am not. I am part of the gauntlet, and part of you. The test is over. I am here to show you the way forward. Those that survive must go on living. You have suffered enough, thinking that you could have done something. It is time to leave that behind. Take this. It is nothing compared to the crafts of our fathers, but it should serve you well. I wish you well, my friend. We will not meet again.
So this next section is probably gonna be the hardest part of the gauntlet. We will face a spectral version of our team, basically a mirror match. And since we are double dagger rogues, this is very bad news for Leliana and Morrigan. The spectral enemies are all elite ranked, and they all have the same level as my warden. I will send the bear ahead so it would trigger the enemies, and I will make sure that I place Morrigan and Leliana far away from the fight. The spirit that's mimicking my character cannot get to them, because a simple riposte can be fatal on either of them. Yeah, look at the beating Alistair took. Imagine if they get to Leliana or Morrigan.
Another obstacle. Tis almost beyond endurance.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Alistair, normal people tend to avoid strange-looking sections of floor thingies, as you say. They tend to be traps.
You don't really think they're traps, do you?
Looks like it's there, but I don't think it is. Try something else.
we can get all the bridge pieces to be solid, we can make it across.
So if you've never played this game solo, and you're curious how would you get across alone, the game will place 3 friendly ash wraiths in your party to help you out with the puzzle.
Right. Take his breath. Andraste only favored the clever, it seems.
Well, I think that's a compliment. So now all we have to do is to just remove our equipment and pass through the flames.
Oh, right.
You have been through the trials of the gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
I never dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I stand in awe. Really.
Excellent, so we finished the Urn of Sacred Ashes main quest. All that remains now is to confront Kolgrim. The reason why I wanted him out of the caves is that this way he will no longer have the 2 mages with him. This means that their misdirection hacks won't mess up our attacks, and they also can't hit us with their vulnerability hacks infused to Winter's Grasp. So normally this fight is a bit hectic because of those extremely annoying abilities from those mages. However, if we get him out of the caves, he will no longer have the mages with him. He will only have 2 guards, 1 weapon and shield and 1 two-handed warrior. He does have some additional backup, a mage, a drake and an archer, but they are further away, so we won't even aggro them until we beat Kolgrim.
Of course.
Okay, so now that I managed to loot the entire temple, even though I am so incredibly loaded, let's just fight the boss. Now, obviously the most important thing here is to feed the wolf with Kolgrim. That way he will take him out of the fight for a long period of time and we can just keep stabbing him. Alistair will manage aggro, Morgan will support us from the back, and Leliana can just keep shooting them. With the wolf, this fight is probably gonna be a piece of cake.
You have been to the Urn, but Andraste has not been freed? What manner of treachery is this? I should never have trusted you with this task. And now you will die! Behold the fiery vengeance of Andraste herself!
Oh, the fiery vengeance. I just feed my wolf. Okay, let me just set Alistair on that Drake, and I will take down the mage. Fantastic. So now that we're done with this, let's get back to the camp.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it? Is that? There's some dust on... No, that's not dust. Omega, I'm not worthy to look upon. What was it like, coming to the Urn, I mean? Tests? Interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the Urn.
And eventually, it shall be exploited by the rich and the powerful, as these things usually are.
I must return home. I have much to do. If you ever find yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
The Blight. How will you end it? Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order. Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed. Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, let's just unload. I can't wait to see how much gold we're gonna get from all that junk we picked up.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount. So 80 gold. We need 7 more to get the Life Giver. So in the next episode I will go to Orzammar. Hopefully we will have enough gold by the time we get there to buy the Life Giver. Since we finished the main quest, that means that Zevran is gonna be onto us now. So we probably have to confront him as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna create a hard save here, and I hope we see each other again when we mop the floor with Zevran.